Take a look around lively old London, buzzing crowds, we sweat and we revel, red-cheeked shouts and songs in the flicker of the gaslight. Eager blighty bursts from the cobblestones, racing, climbing, blooming fertility, born from secret seeds that are scattered in the night time. London is fed upon the meat of the dead. They're one shallow inch below the town. Underground, underground, leave them underground. Them that whispered dreams that only poisoned us, them that told us lies of their bravery, them that preached of progress and put us in the poorhouse, them done horrid murder on bloody stages, them that loudly crowed their humility, lords and dames that sung in the chapels on a Sunday. All quiet now, their mouths are stopped up by mud. They lie flung in rags and make no sound. Underground, underground, leave them underground. Those who fought for something better, those who taught by how they lived, loved ones taken long before their work was done. Underground, underground, leave them underground. Underground, underground, leave them underground. Underground, underground, leave them underground. Underground, underground, leave them
Good morning, afternoon, whatever the hell it is for you. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad to have you. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? We got the PlayStation music. Hold on. Let me. Ooh, groovy. There we go. Okay. Hi. Hi, everybody. How are you? Hopefully you are having a good day. I know I am. Let's see who we got in here. Let me pull up chat real quick. Little bit, you know, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, which is a very morbid image. But if you've ever been to a farm where they've done that to like make fresh dinner, which they did once. Once I went to this guy's house when we were growing up, and he wanted to make us like a custom Colorado farm, literally farm to table dinner. And so and it's funny, he looked like Ronald Reagan, like he had the slick back hair and everything. Very nice guy, but like we got there at probably 2 PM, and I'm like 7 years old at this point. And he like gives us the tour initially of the house, and he's got the chicken coop in the back, and we meet all the chickens, and he introduces us to all of them by name. And then we go about the day. He gives us a tour of the farm, and it was a really, really good time. He shows us his record collection. This guy's like 80, by the way. And finally, the end of the day comes around, time for dinner. We all sit down, and they bring out turkey, or not turkey, chicken. That's where I get turkey. They bring out chicken. And I was like, this is really good. And he's like, yeah, that's Rocco right there. What? I don't know if his name was Rocco. It was something like Rocco. And he's like, yeah, that's Rocco right there. And then over here is Betsy. She hadn't laid eggs in a while, so it was her time. And I remember one thing very particular about him is he would always go, swell. That's swell. He'd always say swell in a really like molasses way. And he would say, oh, sure. Oh, sure, that's swell. Swell. He had a very unique way of talking that I remember very clearly, but that did scar me a little bit. All of that to say, running around like a chicken with your head cut off could be insensitive to chickens, but unfortunately, it is the way of the world for some types. Honestly, I mean, that's if you eat chicken, that's just what it is. So, I mean, don't complain. Spec Ops Labs, check your business email. I will do that, my friend. I will do that. Thank you for the 10. I will do that. I have so many to catch up on. I got pretty behind. And then I have like tomorrow's video. We got to figure that out and all that stuff. Check your spam folder, Luke. That's what it should be. But yeah, well, basically, if you're not aware of what's happening today is that we have a PlayStation showcase where they are allegedly going to be, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to move the window, not the scene. There we go. They're going to be showing off something. What we know is that it's going to be Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We don't know if they're going to bring in anything else, but if we look at the description box of this showcase, State of Play returns with its first showcase of 2023. Get ready for new looks at some anticipated upcoming releases, so multiple, as well as a first glimpse at 5 PlayStation VR 2 games set to arrive later this year, which I'm assuming we've already seen. They're probably in the list of things that were already announced, but maybe they'll announce something big and exciting. Then settle in for more than 15 minutes of all new gameplay details and updates on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, the next game from Rocksteady. Interesting thing about this, and maybe, like, let's be honest, maybe I'm just a brat for bringing this up, but this is not a PlayStation exclusive. So, like, they are dedicating an entire State of Play to a game that's not exclusive. Like, what? I didn't know you could do that, but apparently you can. Confused Cabal, thank you for that. Let me turn on the donation sounds. There we go. I'm personally just worried about ponies using Destiny as console war fodder. It deserves better than that. I don't know, dude. I've dealt with an onslaught of Sony bronies in the last 2 weeks because I made videos where I looked at the reviews and where I discussed PSVR 2. And my stance is that for $550 and like a handful of games, one of which is the flagship title for this console, or console accessory, I guess, that being the Call of the Mountain, and that has averaged like 75 out of 100. It's like a solid C. And I just don't consider that enough to justify $550. I love wasting money. I have an Apple Watch Ultra. That should tell you a lot about me. But I still can't justify buying something like this, okay? Like, but you would have thought that I said something far more offensive. People lost their minds about it. But yeah. We got 8 minutes till the show. 8 minutes till the show, everybody. So 8 minutes right there. We're counting down. Yeah, no, the Sony bronies in the last few weeks have been blowing my mind. Usually, like, here's the thing. Up until 6 months ago, everybody would like call me in the comment section. They'd call me a Sony pony because I really like a lot of PlayStation exclusives. I really like narrative games like Uncharted, The Last of Us, you know, any of those major staple PlayStation third-person adventure narrative games I've really enjoyed. So people have said that I'm a Sony pony. And then I come out and I'm like, well, I'm not just going to be a fanboy. I'm going to call it like I see it. And honestly, the PSVR 2, I don't consider a good value right now. I wouldn't buy it, and I'm not going to buy it at this price point and at this point in time. Probably never will buy it, honestly, because they never dug themselves out of the trench with the last VR headset, but that's just me. And now all of a sudden I've committed some unforgivable sin, which is really, really funny. Odds of seeing Bloodborne 2. Yeah, I mean, I'd put it at probably less than 1%. I think if they had some bombshell like that, they would not put it as a footnote before a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League event, which is not even an exclusive. Like, let that game take the helm. Plus, it sounds like From Software they've probably got their plate full with Armored Core, and I don't think they've said anything about what they're doing after that. I don't know. Does anybody know? I don't know what they're doing. If it's like a new IP, if they're going to do a sequel to Elden Ring, I don't know. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy had a whole state of play. Yeah, well, what PlayStation's done recently, and it's, I think, to credit Jim Ryan here, it's a clever idea. Basically, he wanted to save money and not pay for outright exclusives from third-party studios because that's stupid expensive. So what he decided to do is to buy the marketing rights for those games, which means every trailer will be recorded with a PlayStation controller and console, so everything is seen there. Before the trailer plays, it shows like the PlayStation logo. After it plays, it says, play it where it's meant to be played, PlayStation 5 or whatever. And all of the big reveals are at PlayStation events, all of this stuff. And it's all meant to kind of trick you subconsciously into thinking that it's a console exclusive for PlayStation, which is very, very intentional. And we talked about it yesterday on stream. There's a handful of people that we all know who thought that Hogwarts Legacy was a console exclusive to PlayStation. That's very intentional. And I think that's what they're doing with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and that's what they've been trying to do with Call of Duty as well. But for me, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I just find it kind of scummy. Like, they know what they're doing. You're not going to trick me into like, well, no, it's just, if they decided to buy it on PlayStation, has a happy little accident, whatever. No, they know what they're doing. They're trying to convince people that, well, I've only ever seen it on PlayStation, so I'm going to buy it on PlayStation. Like that, they're trying to subtly convince you that it's exclusive. It's kind of backhanded. Thank you, Crisco.
Crisco donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
I'm going into Suicide Squad as cautiously optimistic. I've really liked what Rocksteady has done, so I hope this is good.
I agree, Crisco. And here's where I'm at. I've talked a lot about skepticism recently on the stream and in videos and stuff. Let me just get this out of the way, okay? I think it is good to be skeptical about pretty much everything. But you have to understand, skepticism is not cynicism. Probably 60% of people seem to misunderstand what skepticism is. All skepticism is not being convinced of a claim until there is sufficient evidence for that claim. If you say you have a $5 bill in your pocket right now, that's not that crazy of a claim. I'll probably just be convinced of that claim because I know you probably have $5 in your pocket. That's not outrageous, right? But if you tell me that you have a $100 bill autographed by Andre the Giant in your front pocket, I'm going to be a little bit more skeptical of that because I'm like, that is so weird. I don't know why on earth you would have that. I would not be convinced of it. That's the difference. In this case, they're trying to convince you that this game is worth paying $70 for. It's worth pre-ordering. It's worth getting hyped about. And that requires justification. Rocksteady is a phenomenal studio, but they haven't put anything out in 7 going on 8 years. That worries me a little bit because a lot of the devs that made Arkham Knight, Arkham City are no longer there. Even the studio founders have left, which is weird. A little bit of a red flag, okay? Because most of the time when you see studio heads leave close to the launch of a major title, it's because there's a problem. Not always. Sometimes that's not the case. But with Anthem, we saw that. We saw that with Mass Effect Andromeda. We've seen it with a lot of games. So you've got to be a little concerned. Yeah, red flags in the chat. Red flags in the chat. So I really don't know. I really don't know. We will see. Assassin's Creed Valhalla 2.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yeah, anyway. It'll be very interesting. But all of this to say, I am hopeful. I want this game to be awesome, but there's been a handful of red flags, which make me a little bit, a little guarded. And then they also have had stuff like the leak showing that there's a battle pass, a leak showing that the structure of quest designs is extremely similar to a lot of, mobile, or not mobile, though probably mobile too, but a lot of co-op multiplayer games, like Destiny or any of those games. And that just starts to worry me, because I like Rocksteady stuff for the dark, gritty single-player narratives, and this time they're doing something totally different. So, but I'm glad that they're doing this stuff, and they're going to try to convince us with more footage, more gameplay, stuff like that. I think is a really good thing to see. So I'm willing to be convinced. I really hope they convince me. Do I think they will get a PlayStation 5 Slim? I don't think so. They've already been saying stuff. I think one of their engineering leads said publicly that the reason the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X came out is because that generation started with particularly weak hardware. So they had to balance it up to keep it on pace with what PCs were doing, at least a little closer. And this time around, the PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles are actually powerful, so they don't feel the need to do it. Maybe they're doing that to like subvert expectations and they'll surprise everybody, but I would guess probably we don't see Slims or a Series X Mini or anything like that. I don't think that we'll probably see that. We might see some slightly tweaked, like, if we're just talking about Slims and not like a PS5 Pro or anything, then maybe we'll see a mini version or a shrunk down version of the PS5, because the PS5 is gigantic. But I wouldn't put a lot of money on it. Crisco, what are your predictions regarding announcements? I don't know. I think that there's going to be... I'll be real. I'm not expecting anything that crazy, because I think any really cool announcements they probably would save for a PlayStation dedicated stream, not one helmed by a third party. But I'm willing to be surprised. Let's see. And so it begins. And yes, Phil, just so everybody knows, right after this stream, we're doing a members only stream.
Welcome to our first State of Play of 2023. We've got a lot to show you, including an in-depth demo of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
A demo.
But
okay.
First, PlayStation VR 2 is finally here. Let's dive right in with a look at 5 games arriving on PlayStation VR 2 this year.
The music they play always makes me feel like I'm at a movie theater. Like the pre-sequence.
Kid, we gotta work on your focus.
Sup, PK?
Distractions.
Jim.
They'll get you killed out there. Remember what we shook on. Or, I guess we'll just have to keep this up. No! Not that I mind, of course. Let's try again, shall we?
Okay. Thank you, Storm Reed, for becoming a member. Appreciate you. This looks like it would make me so sick.
Come in, please. I need you.
Green Hell. Ah. Cody, thank you for becoming a member as well. It's pretty sick. I get so motion sick with those games that just have the straight running. I can do the warp, for some reason that doesn't mess with my brain, but the smooth motion, oh dude, I'll be sick like for the rest of the day. Synapse. Okay. Like, for me, VR is fun in like small bursts. Like, I'll play it for an afternoon and then I won't touch it again for a week and a half or 2 weeks, or let's be real, more like 3 months, and then I'll go back into it. I just wonder if it will ever reach the point where it's not a novelty. Like right now, it's a fun thing you pull out when friends come over and they want to see what it's like, and that's cool. But I just don't know if we'll ever get to the point where people are like, yeah, I want to get back from school and play some VR day in, day out, like with friends. I know that some people are like that, to be clear, but I mean like the broader market. Okay, this like jittery frame rate that they're capturing this in is hurting my brain.
Or help us to reach foundation.
We will, Luke, we will. Technology will increasingly integrate in our lives. Well, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, nowadays everybody's wearing smartwatches. They carry their phones with them everywhere. We're basically androids. We just keep our integration separate from our bodies, but that'll probably change eventually. I think the one thing that actually could change it, though, is Apple. Apple's allegedly releasing their VR headset or AR headset later this year. And if anybody could make VR like mainstream, it's probably Apple. Let's be real. It's probably Apple. Thank you, Danielle. Welcome. And Connor, too. Thank you, Connor and Danielle.
Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time.
Oh, this seems like a game that's just gonna make me sad.
Hey, you! Come over here. Is that really you? It's Chloe, your neighbor.
The only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone.
Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. It's only a matter of time. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. And just try to enjoy it this time.
Yeah, that sounds like a game that's gonna make me an emotional mess.
Some great upcoming games for PlayStation VR 2.
I love VR gaming
Up
so
next,
much.
Bungie gives us a stunning new look at Destiny 2 Lightfall, which launches on PS5 next week.
Captured on PC. Seems weird to do that at a state of play, but okay.
The witness.
Like, am I weird? Is that weird? To like show PC gameplay at a PlayStation event?
First collapse. Is that our
Seems
doorstep?
weird.
You have no purpose. Because you fear to seek one.
Thank you, 04 Alphatron. I'll get to that in just a minute.
That fear is your failure.
Vanguard to all units. Keep the enemy away from the Traveler at all costs.
I understand what's at stake, like bearer. Not all of us have lives to spare.
Your fear brings you pain. We know pain. Our purpose is its end.
The battle begins here and now.
Okay. Okay. Oh wait, is this that game Raft that's on PC? Is that what it is? I think so. It's actually really good. A few issues, but definitely a good game. Well, thank you for the $4.99 Alphatron. Yeah, I'm enjoying Hogwarts. I have a long list of problems, but all told, not bad. Remember at the start of this when I said I don't think PlayStation will have anything like really impressive to show? Because I think if they did, they would make that like the centerpiece of the show instead of a third-party cross-platform game that's not exclusive. And now they're showing trailers that are captured on PC and stuff. Like the whole thing's weird.
Chia is one of our most anticipated games, and it's launching into the PlayStation Plus game.
By who? I've never heard of that.
Speaking of PlayStation Plus, let's take a look at what's in store.
Dave
next
Key, okay, Dave Key's into it. I don't know. They said it's one of the most anticipated games. I've like never heard of it. Did they ever fix Battlefield 2042? Probably not, right? I don't think they ever did.
The vibe, nah, you can't kill it. Come on, man, you got to feel. I feel it. What now? Come on, we got to get down.
Our next game is from Enhance, the creators of Tetris Effect and Res Infinite.
Oh. Tetris 2? No. You know what? You know what? Maybe they should block the Activision deal. Because if this is all they've got, then... I don't know. Honestly, this would probably be like good mindless fun. This seems like one of those games you play while like watching South Park in the background. And in that capacity, it's probably like a half decent time. Looks weird as hell. Super weird. Huh. Oh wait, is this that furry game? Yeah, it is. I forgot this was a thing, dude.
So, big day, class president's speech at the assembly. In light of the whole space rock potential demise of civilization thing, my chosen theme feels off.
What's the theme?
Using this year to, make an impact?
Yeah, perfect. Go with that.
Are you okay? You've come into this year kind of intense.
They're smoking.
With the band stuff.
That makes it way weirder for some reason.
Why did
Oh.
she have to just leave? I said it was an emergency.
You did, and it is. To you.
And then people come to me and they're like, Luke, you're too skeptical. You hold these companies to too high a standard. You should just, like, open your heart to it.
Time we have left. How are we supposed to just be fine?
They're high schoolers smoking because that means they're cool. Okay, you got to remember that. Jose, I don't know why, and I can't put my finger on it, but you kind of remind me of Paul Rudd. Dude, I can't even tell you. I've gotten that so much. I don't know why, but I've had a ton of people tell me I remind them of Paul Rudd, and I don't know why. People are like, yeah, maybe the mannerisms are similar. I don't know. I'm just living my life.
I'll just cut you off completely.
I'll inherit my master's will.
You can't defeat me.
No matter what you become, I will always love you.
The Hokage is the person who walks in front of everyone and bears all the pain.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Because we're friends.
Oh. Okay, well. So this really was the event where they were like, we have to do something this year. We have to do something in February. We've got to do something. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, so far, what's been interesting, I mean, it's like a couple things that are like, maybe. Like 5 PSVR titles. I don't know. Nothing that I would look up. I mean, obviously, like, we've watched events like this before, and then I will see something interesting, and I'll write it down, or I'll pull it up in the background so I can look it up after we're done streaming. But so far, there's been, like, nothing. I don't know. By the way, Jose, thank you again for the 20. I don't know if I said that, but I mean, very generous. Thank you for 20. That's very, very generous. But yeah, this seems very phoned in so far. But maybe, you know, they've done this before where they start like super lame and then they come out with a baller announcement. Like they just come out with The Last of Us Factions or something and they just blow everybody away. Maybe they're going to do something like that.
Fantasy worlds await in our next 2 games.
Knack 3? Oh, Larian.
I'll tell you a story.
Baldur's Gate 3.
My life was dismantled piece by piece.
And when I tried to buy it back, it cost me everything. I must finish what I started. Death's design will be complete.
This is also cross-platform. This is not exclusive. This is like a big PC
Find
game.
out what it is that makes him invincible so we can strip him of his advantage.
You're a pawn, a slave to forces you cannot comprehend.
Ketherick is a frightening man. But you have something he doesn't. Allies worth having.
You have something he doesn't. That booty and these nuts. You will be unstoppable. I love Larian games though, dude. Like, for real.
Bow before me. Bow before the absolute. Bow!
See, this is what they do. They put the PS5 logo on there, so people who are not paying that much attention think that that's exclusive to PS5. And I guarantee you there's going to be Sony bronies that are going off saying like, wow, this is a great get. Larian is a great studio to get an exclusive from, because they just don't know. And they're being very coy with it. They want you to mistake it. They want you to think it's exclusive, which is why they only put PS5 on that end slide. Very, very intentional. I thought Kratos killed Baldur. Not his gate. He didn't kill his gate. That's the main problem. Specifically the third one. We have the, you know, he missed that one. I thought Valhalla was exclusive to Xbox at first. Yeah, no, it's very intentional. Xbox has tried to do it too. They have a good relationship with Ubisoft, and that's why a lot of people think that if the Activision deal doesn't go through, they'll just go pick up Ubisoft if they can. But that and they also have had a good relationship, of course, before they got ZeniMax. They did all of the promotional stuff for like Fallout 4 and those games. So it wasn't really a surprise that they bought them out, but yeah, everybody's done this, but this has been like PlayStation's MO in full force for the last 18 months.
Two highly anticipated Capcom games, starting with the debut of 3 new characters for Street Fighter 6.
Oh, come on. I was like, maybe Monster Hunter or something? I'm pretty sure that's Capcom, but no. Sorry, I know like Street Fighter fans are crazy hardcore. I don't want to go head to head with you guys. You're mad vicious, okay? I can't go head to head with DSP, okay? I can't do it. I wouldn't survive, okay? I know that. So I'm just staying in my lane, but I'm just saying I'm not super into Street Fighter. I know some people are. I know some of you guys are, but I'm just, you know, DSP, low tier god, I'm pretty sure he's still in it. You know, some hardcore creators. Maximilian, dude. You just named 2 of the worst. Yeah, that's the point. that's the point. Everybody cannot stand LTG, and then DSP is a walking meme at this point. So, oh, I told Nikki, my wife, about DSP jerking off on stream, not realizing his camera was on, and masturbating in front of a live audience without realizing it. And she didn't believe me. She thought I was lying, but I was like, nope, it's very true. He definitely did it. Every time I think of it, it just makes me laugh. Oh, it's so stupid. Wow. Hold up, what? You didn't know that, the Mighty Doge? Yeah, look. Maybe don't look it up. You don't see anything. It's cropped from like here up. But yeah, DSP, he was like, getting ready to stream, and he decided, I got 5 minutes. So he started the stream. He thought it was on like the starting soon page. Was not. And he took care of himself. And all you see is from like shoulders up, but you know what's going on. And then it comes back and he leans in after he's done. And then he's like, oh, the camera was on screen the whole time. Oh. It's just like, dude, only somebody like DSP, man. Or I guess now, like everybody on Kick is now, I guess, just doing whatever. Like that one streamer I've never heard of got a BJ on stream, got a 1-day suspension. It's the Wild West over there, dude. It's the Wild West. It's not like anything like that would ever happen on Twitch, though, right? It's not like somebody would just straight up do it on stream and then Twitch would give them like a 7-day slap on the wrist, right? They would never do that. Twitch, all of this live streaming stuff is such a disaster, dude. It's so terrible. The whole thing, the whole industry is a joke. This whole thing's a disaster. Oh, thank you, Crisco, for the 2. Yeah, classic Phil. Classic Phil. You know, but Phil does not have good catchphrases. King Cobra's got good catchphrases. So does like Wings of Redemption.
That's most definitely what's up.
King Cobra and then Wings. I think this is Wings.
Look here! Look, listen!
Look, listen! Monster Hunter?
All connected through the holy body. When you need only accept the sacred
Oh,
gift.
RE4, okay.
Christ! Like she did.
Temperance, child.
I've taken the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you.
Ah, the entertainment.
Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess fair.
I'll make it cheap for you. Move! Is it always like this with you? How about you open fire instead of your mouth?
Long time no see.
Major Krauser? Why?
You can't save her. You can't save anyone.
What's gonna happen to me?
We gotta keep moving forward. We will beat this. Together.
Thanks.
Then come, Sancho Panza. Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Sorry, bad traffic. One combat shot will compliment the Hunnigan.
Ha! Ha! This is kind of fun.
Ahead!
You're kidding.
Ah, yes, the time has come.
Like I told you. I'm gonna get you home safe.
Ready to die, rookie. Exalt all, Leon! And let it be so!
This time, it has to be different.
It's Morbin time.
Well now, time to cause some mayhem.
And a demo. I appreciate the demos that they've been doing. I like that. It's good stuff.
The show's not over yet. It's Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang against the world's greatest DC superheroes in this extended look at Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Let's do it.
Let's hear from developer Rocksteady Studios.
Let's do it. The moment you've been waiting for.
Hi everyone, my name is Darius Sidarian and I'm the studio product director at Rocksteady Studios. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is the next installment in the Arkhamverse and will be releasing this May. It is a third-person action shooter set 5 years after the events of Batman Arkham Knight. Metropolis has been invaded and you're going in as the Suicide Squad members Harley Quinn, King Shark, Deadshot and Captain Boomerang to face off against the ultimate threat, a corrupted Justice League. The team has been hard at work at creating the best possible game experience for our players, and we're very excited to share more as part of this state of play. Today, let's take a brief look at one of the missions in our game. The Flash has been corrupted by Brainiac, and as the Suicide Squad, you'll need to work together in up to 4-player online co-op to stop the Flash and rescue Lex Luthor in the process. Enjoy.
Okay.
Let's bust something up!
Oh, you know what? Hold on a sec. Hello, Brainiac! Is it happening now? Great. You will have Luthor ASAP. Good news! You want Luthor, all you have to do is... come and get him.
Flash is alive.
And he has Luthor.
One damn thing at a time. That artillery is gonna wreak havoc on our front line. If there's a snowball's chance in hell you can destroy it, I expect you to. No matter the cost. Are we clear?
Yeah. Where the snowball? Time to light them all up.
Incoming Ollie! Out of my way.
Guess Quinn ain't holding anything back for later. Hold my beer, guys. Let's dance! Ah! That's gonna leave a mark. Focus our fire on this tank. Why do we never get reinforcements?
Thunder upon this tank.
Watcha, mate!
It does look like what Gotham Knights wanted to be. Yeah.
Incoming!
Send this chopper flying!
Roger that, Quinn. Eyes up. We got more company. Go, Shark, go. Senseless violence. Love it. Nail that weak spot, squad. No worries.
Are you guys seeing the kind of weird stuttery stuff during the really high intensity moments? The frame rate drops at like maybe 5 or 6 frames.
Just call me the pinball wizard.
It's work in progress, it's okay.
Quinn, there's more of them.
Thank you! Die already! Guys, this one won't die already!
Killing it out there, Hal! Come on!
Here comes the boom!
Huge target! Get on it now!
Rising like a wave!
This is a chance!
Boom!
Ouch!
I love our escapades.
So, how'd the whole taking down the Flash thing go?
Still in play? Now get out of my way. I have work to do.
Well, hey there, sleepyhead. We've got an interrogation to get back to. You think I'm just gonna let you walk away? And tell these guys everything you know? You think they can stop us? Pathetic.
Pathetic? At least I'm not a big hero turned stooge for a spaceman.
Okay, Boomerang. You want to see what a real hero can do? I'll show you.
Flash, how do I stop this? Please, tell me how.
You have to kill us, Diana. We have to die to save the world.
Harley's like, yay! Still for May. Okay, they didn't delay it. That's good.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League arrives on PS5 May 26th. Rocksteady Studios has even more to share today. Let's listen in.
Even more.
Show me what you got.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is an extension of the Arkhamverse, and it's really about now reframing the story and telling it from the villain's point of view.
Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore. He's gone.
Who are we killing?
It's a mixture of lots of the things I hope the fans like about Rocksteady, but like a whole massive chunk of new stuff that they've never seen before.
We've always seen Batman's perspective on this world, and we thought it'd be really fun and enjoyable to see this universe, but through the eyes of the villains. We're picking up the story 5 years after the end of Arkham Knight, and a lot's changed in that time.
Just checking. We're all seeing that thing, right?
Brainiac has invaded Earth, and he's this huge threat overlooking Metropolis. He's taken over Metropolis City. The Justice League are there to try and save the city, but Brainiac has captured and brainwashed them and turned them against the very people they've been sworn to protect.
Oh, fuck, it's Superman!
So the Justice League share the same goal as Brainiac, to take over Earth and turn it into the new Kalu. What we've created is a classic Justice League, but with the sense that there's something wrong with them.
They are now doing Brainiac's bidding, and Amanda Waller scrambles to try to remedy this and essentially save the Earth. And she recruits our 4 lovable characters into fighting the Justice League in an effort to reclaim the Earth and thwart Brainiac's plans.
Your new mission is to kill the Justice League.
The members of the Suicide Squad are Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark.
Harley Quinn is definitely the most acrobatic of the crew. She's always moving, she's always flying through the air in kind of barely controlled ways. The feeling of swinging and the momentum and the kind of physicality of it, and trying to keep that momentum going and use that to go over buildings or swing under bridges and chain that into kind of the grapple mechanic that she's got. It just feels spot on.
I'm a freaking superstar.
Deadshot has the iconic Deadshot look, but with a Rocksteady twist. He's got a real swagger to him, and in this game he can also hover with his jetpack. He's super precise.
The do, and I'm sure could smash an operatic performance.
Actually, I'm the son of a god. It is my shame to suffer mortals and their buffoonery.
But also doesn't really know simple words or simple things that are going on. I think that's brilliant.
In terms of combat, he is a brute. He is a tank character. He can take more damage. His abilities all lean into the fact that he wants to get in a bit more close and personal. He's the fastest melee character.
Captain Boomerang's got his Speed Force gauntlet that he can use together with his boomerang. He can throw it to any point in space and Speed Force to that point along the walls, along the floor, and get wherever he wants to go.
You can use that to get up close, dodge around in midair, taking out the enemies, and then scarper because he doesn't want to stick around.
Don't worry, guys. I'm here.
One of the most exciting parts that connects our game to the DC lore are the support squad.
Piss off, Widow.
You have Penguin, the arms stealer,
You're making guns for us now, Bird Brain.
but also some new faces. Hack, who is a digital ghost that is helping the squad both navigate the world but also upgrade their neck bombs.
That's a big adrenaline spike and a nice bomb sending out.
This.
Toyman, who's helping the squad with perfecting gear. And then finally we have Gizmo, who is helping the squad with insane vehicle creations that let you blow shit up.
Metropolis is your playground. You're going to get to meet different characters, different villains, and you really get to see these cool, iconic locations.
Being the city of tomorrow kind of like meant a stark contrast with Gotham City, which is very dirty, it's always raining. And that contrast with like a city that's very grand, it's very clean, it's very functional.
The huge difference between Metropolis and Gotham is that Metropolis really acknowledge and really trust Superman. So there is a lot of statues to thank Superman for everything he's done for the city.
You're getting to see Metropolis through the villain's eyes. You're getting to experience this world and traverse through this world as the villains.
Greetings, Metropolis!
So the core ability that everything wraps around in Suicide Squad is your traversal. How that works with combat is you're chaining your combat moves together with those traversal moves, and the combat encounters are all designed to push and pull you around the environment in a battlefield that's constantly changing, working out how to use all your different weapons, your guns, your melee attacks, and how to use them all to your best advantage to control the chaos and come out victorious.
What's awesome about gunplay is the variety. So there's 6 core types of weapon families. We've got assault rifles, SMGs, sniper rifles, shotguns, miniguns, and pistols. There's added variety from weapon manufacturers.
There's LexCorp weapons, there's GCPD weapons, there's Armortech weapons. Later on in the game, we also have gear sets. The gear sets are villain themed. For example, if you have a Bane gear set and you trigger his buffs in the game, some of it will have the Bane drums and you will like Bane and like boom, 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 and then there's like green smoke and you trigger all kind of effects. So you're basically taking the essence of the villain, you're bringing it into the game.
Each character has a power level in the game that we call gear score. As you acquire new gear in the game, your gear score goes up. And as that number goes up, it means that you can take on much harder missions.
Notice how they were just like, yeah, we know this menu leaked. We'll just show it to you. Here it is.
As part of this progression journey, you will unlock more and more builds, more and more ways to customize your character to really fit the way you want to play.
Every firearm in our game is upgradable. So in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, you're gonna get lots of choice to use the weapons that you need to complete your missions, but most importantly, you will be able to customize your squad to be whatever you like.
You can wear whatever you want, any of the outfits. You can be running around in your asylum jail outfit and still have like the best gear score ever.
I like it.
Our game is a 1 to 4 player co-op experience, which means that all the missions in the game have been designed to support solo play, playing with a friend, 2 friends, or 3 friends.
For the single-player fans, you can play it in single-player with bots filling in the role of the squad, so you still feel like you're part of a team, and you can switch them if you want. I'm going to try King Shark now, or we can say, well, I think Harley will be a better fit for this mission, so I'm going to switch over and I'm going to try her out.
But if you really want to tear it up, going in with a full group of 4 lets you experience the full mayhem the Suicide Squad has to offer.
And you get to really experience the dynamics between how you can all play together in different ways. Their looks will offer a battle pass that only contains cosmetic items. There's just going to be so much for the players to enjoy.
Just picture it. Harley Quinn kills the Justice League.
If you like story games, if you like RPG elements, if you like co-op games, if you like customizing your characters, if you want to play as a badass, this game kind of has it all.
It's very fast-paced.
We back? That's weird. I don't show a single dropped frame. I don't show anything dropped. And YouTube says the connection's great. That's weird. YouTube had a noopsie.
It's really colourful, it's loud and unapologetic and in your face, and it's going to be really, really fun.
Hey, Metropolis! Do you like live executions? Well, don't touch that dial, or I'll break your fingers.
Okay.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League arrives on PS5 later this year. We'll be back with more announcements soon. Thanks for watching.
So, one thing, I think it happened right as we froze. They said that they will be coming back with more playable characters with long-term support. and new missions and stuff. So it's pretty clear they're approaching this like a lot of, I mean, co-op live service games. Same general approach. That's going to be interesting. I don't know what that looks like. I mean, so overall vibe, like, does this look good? Yeah. I mean, honestly, the graphics look good. They're showing varied gameplay sequences. This particular style of combat and movement and stuff, I don't know. For me, it's just, it's not my usual. I might love it. It might end up being awesome. I don't know. But as of right now, I'm just like, I don't know. It's not clicking with me. I like all the parts that look really good to me are like the later parts where they're showing Penguin and where they show the weapon customization. They show that stuff. But then the moment they cut to these moments where you're actually playing the game, I'm back to like, and that's just, I don't know. So it's open world. No, my understanding, and this was borne out, thank you for the 2, by the way. My understanding, if I go to the menu right here, I don't think I can actually pull up the leaked one. Otherwise, this will get taken down too. But my understanding is the map, this menu will show the map of the area that you're in. When you go to squad, that's, you know, to customize your squad stuff. But when you're in the matchmaking page, so the main page of the menu, when you boot up the game and you're about to enter, you are in, you're given a list where you can select the mission, and then you can select the difficulty, higher difficulty, better rewards, lower difficulty, lower rewards, that kind of thing. That's pretty standard. But then you load into that mission. So my understanding is that the missions will be individually placed in different areas, and you'll load into them. It's not just like a whole open world, go crazy. And then pair up and then travel to the locations like Gotham Knights. It's not like that. That's my understanding. It might not be that when we get our hands on it, but that's my understanding of how it'll work. Other things they showed, I mean, of course, fast movement, crazy movement, that seemed relatively interesting. I think it could be fun with friends. This looks pretty wacky and crazy in the moment, pretty hectic. Weapon customization, I mean, there's all sorts of tweaks that they've made here. I mean, you can see ammo capacity, critical hit damage, damage per hit, rate of fire is all in there. Quick compare weapons. There's different rankings. Legendary is what this one is, but there's going to be different rankings of these. Plus 7% ammo reserve capacity, 23% critical hit damage for this firearm. 50% damage to crazed enemies with this firearm, and successful critical reloads have a 100% chance to instantly burn the next enemy hit. I mean, there's a lot of customization, but the main thing that I think is worrying people is the battle pass and the fact that they're announcing long-term support, extra characters, stuff like that. Which, I mean, yeah, you better believe that it's going to be 20, 30, 40 bucks. It's going to be each character is an expansion, and so every 2 months they'll release a new one, and that's going to be a new batch that you need to pay for. So, without a doubt, that's going to be a thing. Quiet Night, thank you for the 5. I've been a DC fan since I was 10 years old. The last year of DC games has been rough to see. I just want Rocksteady Soup's game. Yeah. I don't think we're ever getting it, unfortunately. I mean, with all this, the movement is crazy. They're absolutely right. This Harley section showing Harley swinging through the streets. This looks pretty good. But like if we go back here and we pause. So this is presumably what your average level will look like when you load in. So big streets for you to explore. There's like some jump pads. Maybe some combat encounters scattered around, but my understanding again with the mission structure is that you'll load into this and then there's going to be an objective over here and you need to just travel there. You can swing there, but you're going to travel there and then engage, and then it's going to be a more straightforward encounter like we saw here, where like you can kind of run around a little, I guess, but you have one objective, which is destroy the cannon, and that's it. That's what you're doing. So I don't think it'll be as varied. It looks like it has core of fun gameplay, but that's what makes the difference. Like the way Warframe has a base of fun gameplay that makes as a service mechanics actually enjoyable. Yeah, and that's where honestly, like, it's really gauging these types of games from videos is extremely difficult because we don't know Well, we don't know. We don't know what this feels like to play. We don't know what it'll feel like after 10 hours of play, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have tried multiplayer games where you enjoy it for the first 5 hours and then it gets super repetitive and you're like, oh my God, I'm so bored. Give me anything else. And it just never happens. And then other multiplayer games where you start playing it and then over time it just keeps getting better and better and better as you perfect your build out and everything that you're doing. So we might have a situation on either side of that aisle where it might get better as time goes on, and this will be one of those games that you'll put 600 hours into and you'll never get enough of it. Or it might be one of those games that you play for the 20-hour campaign and then you're like, I am so done with this. You just don't know what you don't know. This is giving me Square Enix Avengers vibes for sure, and I think they are very worried about that as well. I don't know why they've continued showing gameplay that I think brings that comparison to mind, which is what this stuff is, like pretty small, straightforward levels where you're fighting waves of enemies. For me, that was something we happily left behind in 2009. That's just me. I know some people love this kind of thing. Personally, for me, in my opinion, on the Luke Stevens live channel, I'm personally glad that we left this overall meta of game design behind in the old days. But as for like with that comparison being so prominent, like everybody's going to be thinking that. I don't know why they keep showing gameplay that just reaffirms that idea. This latter portion was really good. I'm glad they did this because this actually really helps prove the point that this is not just Marvel's Avengers. They're putting a lot of effort into other stuff too. The vehicle customization, that gets me interested. I don't know what that means, like customizing vehicles, but I thought it was all about individual movement. So what are the vehicles for? You know, like they show that you can customize your car and like this stuff for loadouts, I'm assuming. Like this right here. Why do we need vehicles? I don't know. The bots won't work too well, Luke. It will force people online. Probably. I mean, they want you to play online, but they also want you to play with friends, because if they can sell you the copy of the game and then get your 3 other friends to buy the game, then they just sold 4 copies, which is much better than if they just sold you a single player game and then that was it. They'd rather have 4 people addicted to this game long term than 1 person who's super satisfied. So I don't know. That's a good point. We haven't seen the vehicles in action. Yeah, and I mean, maybe, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody in here knows, let me know. But as far as I'm aware, they've not said this is an open world game. There's not like a massive overworld or anything. They've said nil about exploration, which is fine. Not every game needs to be an adventure game. That's totally okay. However, we haven't seen anything that would indicate, at least as far as I can tell, a use for the vehicles. So I don't know why you would need that. And even like the levels that they've shown don't look big enough, or they don't look to be built in a way that would make vehicles a more convenient or useful means of transportation. Like if I go to this Harley bit, like here, am I going to call in a car to drive through these streets when I can do this, when I can just swing? No, I'm not going to do it. It's same with Gotham Knights, where they gave you the bat cycle or whatever, but it was like so slow. I mean, mainly it was super buggy, but it was really slow and sluggish. So you'd rather just use your special ability to fly or glide or whatever. So I don't know what the car is going to be used for. I'm really interested in that. They'll just be drop ships at the start of missions. Oh, so like when you load into a mission, that's what you hop out of, and so it's just kind of like a cosmetic thing. Maybe, but then what did they say specifically? They said like you can customize it. They said something particular about it, and I think it was like customization. You can tweak the loadout of it or something like that. It was right here.
Who is helping the squad with insane vehicle creations that let you blow shit up.
Insane vehicle creations that let you blow shit up. I still don't really know what that means. I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's open world. Does anyone have... It's confirmed open world? Okay. They've confirmed open world. Okay. Like in that case, maybe that's like your fast travel, or to me, like it would just have to be so much faster and more efficient than literally just like swinging through the city. So I don't know. But he specifically said it'll like allow you to blow shit up. So I don't know. Like maybe it's kind of like the Batmobile where you bring it in for certain encounters and it has like special weapons loaded onto it to take out bigger, badder enemies that are on the ground level. Because on here, like the way they could balance it is that the vehicle, of course, stays on the ground and all of these enemies are on top of the buildings. So it's not just like totally OP. You couldn't use it to clear out this particular level, but some boss fights, maybe they're just on the ground level. And so you use the vehicle for that, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. It's like a mix of Gotham Knights, Avengers, and Forspoken IMO. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be pure chaos as far as, I mean, what they've shown with like 3 friends, 4 people in a squad swinging around. This will be madness in like a fun way, in a good chaotic way. I could see this being outrageous. It's not my standard game, but I mean, let's be real. If anybody could put this together in a way that makes it really fun and turns it into one of my standard types of games, it would be Rocksteady, because Rocksteady is, I mean, they have done amazing work in the past, so they could pull it off, I'm sure. I came into this like a little iffy, especially with the mess that they've had with these leaks and stuff. Some of them real, some of them fake, but this gameplay section is just kind of more of the same, and it's not really winning me over anymore. I'm kind of like, it'll probably be fine, but it's not my normal thing. Like this, to me, it's not like a plus or a minus. It's just, I don't hate games like this. They're just not my normal thing, but I also don't love games with this kind of co-op gameplay, so it's not a plus or a negative for me. But once they go into this stuff over here with like the heavy customization and all the tweaking you can do, the different narrative things they have going on, all of that starts to win me over. Those are all pluses. Those are all like, okay, I'm down. I'm interested. So I'm glad they're finally revealing some more details and things. And they didn't delay it. That's the other thing. They didn't delay it. I was half expecting them to delay it to like later this year, because I've just gotten used to everything getting delayed 16 times, but they didn't. We're going to actually get it. Looks more like Arkham Knight Combat combined with Gotham Knights to create what Gotham Knights wanted to be. It was always the interesting thing is that they announced Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad pretty close to each other, if I remember correctly. It might have even been like within the same event. I don't remember, but they announced them very, very close, I recall. And everybody was a little confused because it was like, so this studio's making a DC like superhero co-op game with a narrative inside it, blah, blah, blah. And then this Rocksteady company team is doing the same thing, but with the Suicide Squad. It kind of sounds like the same game. And, you know, Gotham Knights ended up having a lot of problems. And maybe this one will actually get it right. Dude, it's got to be kind of depressing to work at like Warner Brothers Montreal, and like you worked on this game on Gotham Knights for years, poured your heart and soul into it, and then it launched. Everyone's like, yeah, it kind of sucks. And then this game's going to come out and probably be received really, really well. And it's just going to be like, screw you guys, Rocksteady, good at everything. It's like the kid in high school who doesn't have to worry about anything. There was somebody in high school, I just remember this, and it's gotten me so triggered. Isaac in high school. One day we had a history paper due. It was due like second or third period or something. So it was like 9 a.m. is when this paper was due. He didn't write it. He forgot. Just didn't do it. So, you know, this is like 2013 probably. He pulls out his iPod Touch. And in the hallway before school, he got there at like 6:30 because his dad was a teacher. He sat in the hallway on his iPod Touch, typed out the paper like an 1,800 word essay. And he types it out, sends it to the printer in the like whatever cafeteria where they had an extra printer. And then he turned it in. He got an A. I worked on my paper for like 2 weeks and got probably like a B or a C, not an A. It was just like, screw you, dude. Screw you. Oh, man. He did, after he did that, he did tell me, like, there are some tricks you can do. He's like, honestly, also, teachers very rarely are reading your whole paper. They have to read 15 of these things, or not 15, like 50 of these papers on the same topic. It's like they're miserable. So they don't actually read through each of these in detail. He's like, once you have established your reputation for yourself, you don't have to try that hard. And that's what he told me. He was like, you can just you can phone it in. As long as the first couple paragraphs and the conclusion are fine, they're going to give you an A because they know that you write A papers. So they don't worry about you. It's the people in the middle who get the C's and the D's. Those are the ones that are under the most scrutiny because the teacher's like, I really have to help this child. I got to help them do better. When like the person with the A paper puts like a couple paragraphs that are fine and then just garbage filler for 1,200 words. And then they put the conclusion and they get an A. It's just kind of screwy. My fiance is a teacher and she hates grading. Yeah, dude, it sounds miserable. It sounds miserable. I was a TA for our AP government class, my like senior year of high school. And the teacher would just have me grade pretty much everything. Cause he was like, I don't want to do it. You do it. Okay. Of course you were. What do you want from me, favorites? What do you want from me? Oh, man. And now he's some bigwig somewhere. No, he went on like a Mormon mission for like 2 years. And then I think he got married. He met a girl and was like married to her within a week. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but you know, that's the whole meme and stereotype of Mormon kids is they go on their mission, they get back, they meet a girl, and then they're married within a week because they're so like horned up, which is really funny. But I don't know. He came back, he got married. I don't know what he's doing now. I have no idea. I haven't seen him in a very long time. Because, I mean, he left for his mission. So I haven't seen him since we graduated high school 8 years ago. So... yeah, those were the days. Those were the days, man. Do you got a PSVR 2? No, I'm not buying that. No, Grapey. If they want to send me one, I will happily accept it. And then probably still explain to people why they shouldn't buy it. Which I think, honestly, that's what triggered so many people about that DualSense Edge review thing I did. Because they sent me a DualSense Edge. They sent me this for free. I didn't have to pay for it. But I still posted everywhere. And I said very publicly... I would not buy this thing for $200. I find it to be... I know Thesaurus is going to get triggered because Thesaurus loves his DualSense, but I just don't think it's worth $200. Like, if it were 90 or maybe 100 or like 99, you know, like they do, then maybe, yeah, I'd be down for that. But 200, it's just not, it's not there for me. Luke in kindergarten bringing apples to the teacher. I will have you know, I was homeschooled until sophomore year of high school. I was that kid. Okay. I was super cool. Everybody knows the coolest kid at school was the homeschooled kid. Okay. So just being real. Just being real. To be fair, my scuff costs $240 and it's way worse. I think it depends on what scuff you get. Cause I got a scuff. It's upstairs. I've used it, at this point for like years, and it's an Xbox One, I think. Yeah, no, it's the Xbox One, and I've used that thing for years, and I freaking love it. Locke has like taken it and he's chucked it across the room, and it just like bounces. It's totally fine. It's super tough. Super tough. Homeschool does not mean rich. No. Yeah, we were not rich. We were not rich at all. But it's like Yeah, I mean, everybody assumes if you're homeschooled and if you have a lot of siblings, you were either Mormon or Catholic, and that's the whole meme. And we were neither. We were neither. Did you get bullied in school, Luke? No, no, not really. I was really good at like quickly making friends and then assimilating. I've always been good at like melting into the crowd when it's necessary, and then like I almost said hooking up, but that's not what I meant. Like becoming close with the people who were like popular and could get me also in a higher status. So I was able to do that pretty quick in high school, and so people forgot pretty quickly that I was the homeschooled kid. But it's also because I wasn't afraid of making fun of other people. Like there was the madrigals thing. Have you guys ever heard of this? Like, hold on, madrigals. Madrigals. I don't even know if this is a thing in other places in the world. Images, maybe? Oh, like this. So madrigals is a thing that our school did where like all the students in the choir would like dress up like this, like medieval men and women. And they'd wear tights, and they were like considered the rock stars of the school when I got there. And I was like, why? This is so weird. And it wasn't like if they just dressed up like this and then they went and they sang at the winter concert, okay, whatever. But like they would dress up like this, and I kid you not, they would march through the halls during like the transitionary 5-minute period between school periods, and they would just start singing, fully kitted out and dressed in the middle of a Wednesday. And like they wanted you to, or they thought that they were really, really cool. They'd wear those costumes to lunch, these juniors and sophomores. And I was like, what on earth is wrong with you? Like I was on the chess club. I like headed up the chess club for years. Okay. And that was the nerdier thing. Without a doubt, they were way dorkier. I was like, if you did that at any other school, you would be hanging from the flagpole by your underwear. But like here it's cool for some reason. I was so baffled. It was so weird. It was just not, yeah, it was bizarre. Hold on, Eric. Let me replay this. Here, can I replay it? Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Eric Branke donated $9.99 through Super Chat.
Thank you.
Don't have much to say. Just take my money and continue being a great content creator. I've been a fan for years and just wanted to show appreciation. Thank you.
Well, Eric, I appreciate that. It's gonna, I think I pressed the button like 5 times in a panic, so it's just gonna replay it over and over again. But thank you for the $10. I really do appreciate that, and I will do my best to continue. And 5 years, or for you didn't say 5 years, but been a fan 4 years. I appreciate that as well. I love hearing from people that have been around for a long time and have kind of been lurking for a while and then come out and are like, hey, I've been watching for a long time. How's it going? Good to see you. I love that. I find it super interesting because I'm like, you were watching back when I was still working as a janitor, or you were watching when I was working at Best Buy and I was like totally miserable. Like you've been with me all that time. It's super, super cool. Jonathan, very generous. Thank you. 5 gifteds. Welcome. Venice, Stefan, Jean or Jean, I'm not sure. Jonathan as well, and Piggy Ninja. Welcome to the membership. Just got gifted. Wonderful. We had magical singers at my school, but they didn't flaunt it like that. Yeah, that was more what just confused me, JG, is that it was so, it wasn't even nonchalant. It was like chalant. It was full on chalant. They were walking around like, you know, the stereotype of the jock with the cool jacket that makes him extra cool because he's on the football team, he's JV or whatever. That was them, but with madrigals outfits. And so I started like joking around with them. I had a friend who was in that clique, that bizarre clique. And so I started making fun of him. And I was like, you know, we had just at the time dealt with like a super crazy pastor who was trying to get some teachers fired because they mentioned like I forget what it was, but there was I think it was right around the time like that gay the gay marriage legalization thing was going through. Maybe there's something like that going on politically in the country at the time, and there was a pastor that was trying to get like a teacher fired for talking to students about it. It was like a whole thing. But one of the things that was at like the present of everybody's minds was that context. And so me being a little turd, I thought it was really funny to make a sign that said God hates Mads, M-A-D-S, like madrigals, because they would all call it Mads. We got to go to Mads. We have Mads during study hall. And so I got that sign and I would hang it up on my locker when they would walk through the hallways singing. Because like some of them were good. Some of them were really, really bad. And it was just so cringy. It was so cringy. And so I enjoyed teasing them about it. It was thoroughly entertaining to me. Nothing better than a school that is really just the game Bully. Dude, Bully would have been straightforward, though. I could have handled that, but dude, Bully... At least Bully's predictable. This is like weird dorks, like, but the social class is totally flipped. The like fit and capable kids are the dorks because they aren't members of Madrigals. It was weird. Oh, Magicals? No, Madrigals. Madrigals. It's like M-A-D. You can see it here. It's like Madrigal Dinner. Oh, my camera's covering it. Madrigal Dinner. M-A-D-R-I-G-A-L. And they would do like a whole dinner. This was part of it. They dress up like this, and then there's like a dinner that they cater, and then all of the students like sing to the families. It looks like this is something other schools do too. Because this looks like it, where they have like dinner tables out, all the parents are sitting at it, teachers are sitting at the tables eating as the students sing and entertain. It's really weird. It's like a really weird thing. And maybe it's American, maybe it's I don't know what it is. It's freaking weird. Sean, thank you for the 5 for the super sticker. Ha 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 ha. Indeed, my friend. You gonna play Sons of the Forest? I wanted to do a review, but they wouldn't respond to me. So Wolong got a demo tomorrow. Yeah, that's my understanding. We'll see what people think of it. I'm not sure if I have it on my to-do list. They said they'd be sending review codes, but I don't know if I want to play the demo before the review. I don't know. By the way, everybody like the stream. Like the stream, or I'll start streaming on Kick. And we all know how that'll happen. Some stuff's gonna go down. Now we don't have that in my school, just a hierarchy run by the sports kids during sports and us theater kids when we have musicals. Dude, it's so clicky. It's so clicky and fun. I kind of miss high school for that weird drama, because I always found it just so thoroughly entertaining, even though it was like, yeah, like or Luke will go full magical. Yeah, exactly. I always just found it really entertaining. So like I never really bought into it, even though like I eventually won like Homecoming King, and like I was technically, I guess, one of the popular kids at the school while I was there, but like I never bought into that weird crap, because I always just found it outrageous. It was so stupid. What's Kick? Was everyone kicking each other? I mean, honestly, that would be more tame than what happens on Kick during an average stream, it seems like. I mean, what's the end game for Kick as an app? Is Kick just going to be like, is Kick going to turn into like just softcore porn.com, or is it going to be, I don't think they can, maybe they can be sued. I guess they could be sued. That could probably happen. I don't know what happens with that app, but they probably are going to get some Twitch streamers moving in. I don't know if you can make more money on Kick or not. I have no idea, but it seems like everybody that's moving over there like right now are just like super trashy. There's two different ones, Spencer, first. So there's an app called Kick, which is like a chatting app. And that's used by like pedos to find victims. It's like super gross and horrifying. And And so there is an app like that called Kick. But then there's a streaming service called Kick that is apparently different, and has attracted some very, very toxic people. I just looked up Kick streaming and it's not showing up. So I don't even. Oh yeah, I mean, this tells you kind of everything you need to know. Look at this. On Kick streaming, the top category are slots and casinos. So, I mean, that kind of tells you everything you need to know. By like a lot. So this is apparently just like the standard is slots. And I don't know. I did I tell you guys about the guy I met while playing like Apex? It was Apex Arenas. And I was just like casually playing, grinding out ranked or whatever. And I met a guy and he was like, yeah, man, I used to be a streamer. I was making really good money. I'm streaming right now, technically too, though. But I'm streaming and I used to be really, really successful. And we used to have hundreds of people in chat. You know, at one time we had thousands in chat. I was like, wow, so what happened? Because I pulled up his Twitch and there were like 4 people. And he said he had his computer, his streaming PC, and then he had it pulled up on his phone. So he was 3 of them, and I think I was the other one. And I was like, what happened? Because you went from that, and now you've like collapsed to nothing. Like literally nobody's watching. He's like, yeah, well, we used to stream all of these like slots, and we would gamble, and then I would just give away money into chat. So, you know, if you were in chat, then I could just randomly give somebody $100 through Cash App. And we would give away thousands every night because we were just winning tons of money. It's like, okay, so like you basically just had a bunch of like grovelers in there. Okay, I get it. I got you. I've never met a single person who plays arena mode. Really? Dude, I don't really play a lot of the Battle Royale. I play mostly arenas. Because I prefer the gunplay. I don't really like the super slow pace of the Battle Royale. Like the Battle Royale, nothing happens for 15 minutes, and then it gets crazy for 2 minutes, and then nothing happens for another 5, and then it's pure chaos. I rather have arenas where it's like consistent action over the course of, you know, a 15-minute match or something. That's my personal opinion. Battle Royale games are meh. I'm more curious about The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. Yeah, I really don't know what to expect from that, but I'm hoping beyond hope that it's awesome. Fingers crossed. Fingers very much crossed, because, I mean, I don't know what that'll look like. Maybe Battle Royale, maybe it's going to be more of like a persistent live multiplayer thing. Maybe it's going to be individual matches. I really don't know. But hopefully it's going to be awesome. Sons of the Forest? Yeah. No, I'm interested. I was going to do a review, but they never got back to me. Why don't you give us money, Luke? Don't you love us? Yeah, I do. But for one, I mean, we're not gambling. And that guy also, I'm pretty sure he was lying about a lot of that stuff, because he seemed like, in general, a broad bullshitter, for lack of a better term. Like he was somebody who, like, he said he was a multimillionaire. He said, like, check out my Instagram, you can see all my stuff. And I'm like, if anybody tells you, I promise I'm a millionaire, go check my Instagram, that probably means they're not a millionaire. Because if you're a millionaire, like, you just are. You don't really care if anybody believes you. You're just a millionaire. Like, that's just it. But he's like, yeah, go check out my Instagram and you'll see. And like, he had all these pictures that were very staged of him, like kind of sitting with like what looks like a knockoff Rolex on his wrist, kind of like this, sitting in a coffee shop, black and white, but it's far enough back that you can't really see the details on the Rolex to see if it's real or not. And then in every single picture posted, he's wearing a different watch and different outfit. He had a bunch of pictures of him in front of like fancy cars, but again, every picture was a different fancy car. So I think he was probably just going and like doing that Turo renting thing. And he was like renting a fancy car for $150 over a weekend. And then he would take a picture in front of that. And he just wanted people to think that he was driving like a fleet of 6 fancy cars. And I'm like, to me, I see that and I just don't, like, I don't think of that person as like cool. I don't think of that person as somebody that like, oh, I wasn't going to hang out with you, but now I see that you wear a different watch every picture you post and you drive fancy cars sometimes. Like, why would I care? I do not care. I probably find you less interesting. Christopher, thank you for the $1.99. Will you play Armored Core 6 when it comes out? Hells yeah. Hells yeah. I've never been into Armored Core stuff or like mech games, but if anybody could get me into them, it's probably From Software. So I'm very intrigued. Do people take pics with you when they recognize you in public? A handful of times. Usually like, oh, funnily enough, I just got a message from Koei Tecmo about Wolong. That's funny. We were literally just talking about it, and like 1 minute ago, I got the message. I would show you, but it's this top one. That's funny. What are the odds? But anyway, yeah, I don't know. When your like personality is built up into material possessions, and that's what defines you. It's pretty pathetic. Because like it's like cool. I'm glad that you have something that defines you, but also like those things can come and go, and especially if it's built on something fake, like that's really sad. If your personality is defined by you having Rolex watches, but you can't afford a Rolex, so you're wearing fake Rolexes, like not only if people find out that they're not real Rolexes, your whole facade is shattered, but also that's got to mess with your own head. Because like you come off as just like a joke, because you're like, I'm lying about everything to make myself feel better. Like it's just sad. It's just sad. I love Armored Core so much. It's so good. I've never played them. I've never really been interested, but you know what? We shall see. We shall see. I think they said this year, right? What was that, the state of play? Not much except for the Suicide Squad stuff. They showed some interesting things that I find decently compelling. I'm definitely interested in the game. It doesn't look great, but it looks fine. And we will see. I mean, I don't know. Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, but I don't think they showed off anything that was like new. I think all of that stuff we had seen before. I don't know. And for me, I'll say it again. I find it really weird that PlayStation is consistently doing these states of play where the biggest games are not exclusive. They're not even console exclusives. They're games that they're showing off that are like the flagship game of their show are coming to Xbox and PC and cloud services. It's just weird to me. Like, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of other people don't care, don't give a crap. But for me, it just sits weird. Should I get the Surge 1 and 2 for under $20 each on PSN? If you like sort of Soulsborne style games, yeah. I liked the Surge. I think the Surge 2 I played. Did I play the first one? I don't know. I did a review for one of them at least. And I liked it. I think it means they're getting less exclusives. I think they're getting less exclusives, and they it also fits into their strategy where they can kind of subtly trick people into thinking that it's exclusive. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's just I think they're sort of subtly tricking people into thinking that these games are only on PlayStation. And so people buy them on PlayStation, even though they could get it on Xbox, they could get it on PC, anywhere else. And we've seen it. I mean, it works. People thought that Hogwarts Legacy was exclusive, even though it's very much not. Is YouTube lagging like crazy for anybody else? That's weird, dude. Yeah, I don't have any drops, but we've had a few times during the stream where people have said that it's lagged. That's wild. Huh. Do I like Control? I mean, I played it a little bit. I haven't really gone into it much. I've been meaning to go back to it though. Well, friends and family, we are at 3:25 here, and at 3:30 we have a members-only stream scheduled. So I'm gonna hop off here. If you want to continue hanging out with us, we're gonna stream for a little bit longer in that members-only stream. All you have to do is hit the join button below, join up, and you can join us over there while we continue to talk. And it's also a little bit more direct and personal because it's a smaller space, so I can actually see more messages and respond a little more directly. So this will pop off for a brief minute, and then we'll be over in the members only stream, which will show on the main channel page under live streams. You'll see it there. But until then, I'll see you guys, you members over there very, very soon. We might be back streaming tomorrow. I'll make an event if it's happening, so you guys will see that. Otherwise, if I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you on Monday, right? Because today, what day is today? I don't even know. Yeah, today's Thursday, Friday. Okay, so Monday. So if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Monday. Okay. Much love. Much love. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for becoming a member. I don't know how to read that. For me, it's a bunch of... Can I translate? For me, it doesn't show it. I'm not sure. Hold on here. If I go join, I think that'll do it. Maybe. There we go. That's the link. Okay, real quick. I'll see you guys over there in just a minute. Okay. Hugs and kisses. Much love. Bye-bye.